Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and this year is either the most hotly anticipated or fiercely dreaded turkey day in recent American history, depending on your politics. I feel like conservatives are pretty fired up this year. They can't wait. There's a lot of papaws out there right now warming up like LeBron at the Paris Olympics, getting ready to dunk all over their purple-headed non-binary granddaughter at the dinner table. They can't wait. But then there's a lot of liberals out there who are like, man, I'd rather be waterboarded while a Jordan Peterson YouTube compilation plays than have to deal with my drunk, divorced uncles right now. People feel very differently, but it's going to be spicy. You know, the ones in the most precarious position are the people who are outnumbered politically in their own family. The liberals who are outnumbered politically anyway. Because, like, the conservatives that are outnumbered this year, they're looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Like some 20-year-old crypto bro from a family of Bay Area intellectuals. He ain't even going to let them get through the pre-dinner land acknowledgement before he's like, listen, I think it's time we address the elephant in the room. You guys know the elephant I'm talking about, right? The one with a huge dong that never loses. What's up? And then he high-fives himself, that guy. Yeah, that guy can't wait. But all the outnumbered liberals out there, bless their hearts, they're just going to be sitting there this year trying to mind their own business, focus on the cranberry sauce, you know, and then all of a sudden their dad's like, you know what I'm thankful for this year? I'm thankful for things like free speech and a secure border and tariffs. And you finally take the bait and you're like, actually, Dad, why don't you explain tariffs to me? And immediately he's like, oh, here we go. Every year you got to bring politics into it. We're just trying. Then you're off to the races. And before you know it, the turkey's dry and your mama's crying in the kitchen, you know, holiday stuff. So what do you do in this scenario? You know, I mean, there's a couple of options. You know, you could go the route of passive-aggressive agreement. You'd be like, actually, you know what? I love tariffs. Yeah, because apparently they're basically just another sales tax, and you know how us commies love taxes. So you can start an entirely different fight. Like, actually, Aunt Tammy, I disagree with what you were saying in the kitchen. I think that your sister's casserole is just fine the way it is. Sit back and watch the fireworks. You know, you could go with some gossip. Always fun. You're like, let me ask you this. If they deport all the Colombian coke dealers, who's our whore of a cousin going to cheat on her husband with, huh? Always fun. Sports usually works. Man, can you believe how good the Lions are this year? Like we need any more proof that the apocalypse was coming. You know, but if none of that stuff works, I don't know, get really drunk. I mean, everybody knows that alcohol always helps to diffuse any tense domestic situation. Now, look, there's probably not a whole lot you can do, let's be honest. But what you can do is remind yourself that despite all the bullshit, you do still love these people. And one day you're probably going to wish they were still around to piss you off. You know what I mean? Except that one cousin, you know, his ass can burn in hell. But generally, for the rest of your people, like whatever happens this year or next, right or wrong, sink or swim, they're still going to be your people. There's not much you can do about it anyway. So hell, might as well try to enjoy the sweet potato pie. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Listen, YouTube, I'll be back with more hee-hees and ha-has in just a second, but I want to let you know about this week's sponsor, Climate First Bank. It can be hard to choose a bank these days. So many of them seem unscrupulous and shady, but they're not all like that. Climate First Bank, for example, is the world's first FDIC-insured digital community bank founded to help fight the climate crisis. They bank customers nationwide and have a full-service digital branch that includes online and mobile banking. Unlike other banks, Climate First invests in projects that do good by the environment and communities, such as renewable energy, affordable housing, and education. They are a certified B Corp and a member of 1% for the Planet, which means they donate 1% of their revenue towards environmental projects every year. Climate First also supports the LGBTQ plus community through their Pride Banking program, and now they'll donate $100 to an LGBTQ plus nonprofit anytime a qualified Pride checking account is open. That's not all, though. They also offer currently a 4.46% APY checking account, a rate that is 60 times the national average. So finally, you can do good by the planet and still make your money work harder for you in the process. To find out more, click the link in the description below to check out Climate First Bank today. Member FDIC. All right, YouTube, and we're back. Listen, I think most families are at least a little bit divided at the dinner table at Thanksgiving time, but I think the ones that are wildest to think about are the fully unified families, especially the fully unified MAGA families, especially this year. What kind of dark Stygian blood magic are they doing behind closed doors when there ain't no, you know what I mean? They ain't got no fucking soft-hearted gender studies like nephews or nieces there back home from college to kind of keep them in order. They just have free reign to let it all fly, let it all out. What does that look like, dude? They're playing playing N-word bingo or something. They're doing some kind of like pin the wiener on the lesbian. Who knows, dude? You know, it's just, they get wild. They say some wild stuff around those dinner tables. I kind of want to be a fly on the wall, except I wouldn't, because they would kill any living thing inside, I would imagine. But you know, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I have kind of some experience with that. I always think about this. Every Thanksgiving, I think about this. When I was in college, I had a girlfriend from a very, very, very Christian conservative family, and I went to the holiday dinner at her rich uncle's house in a McMansion in a rich suburb, and I was the only godless, you know, heathen there. And at one point, that guy, her uncle, he's like a big businessman, corporate tie wearing some bitch, very, you know, Christian conservative. He's talking to some other sentient suits about quarterly reports or something. And then his precious, angelic 4-year-old son comes up to him and tugs on his coattails or whatever. And he's like, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." And the guy, he's like, "Excuse me for a second, fellas." "Yes, honey, what is it?" And he goes, "Daddy, is it true that the Jews killed Jesus?" And he goes, "That's right, son, they did." So anyway, the reports came back, and it's looking pretty good for us next quarter. And it's like, that was it. That was it. I was the only person who was like, did anybody else just see that shit? That was wild as hell. That kid's 4 years old. All he knows about Jesus, he might as well be Superman in this kid's mind. Jesus is the greatest person that ever lived. That's all he knows about him. That, and also that the Jews, like the royal Jew, all of the Jews, killed the best person that ever lived. No context, no extra detail, nothing to that effect whatsoever. And you give that to a 4-year-old that starts at 4, and this is in 2006, guys. So I'm saying this stuff is deep-seated, been going on for a long time. Like that 4-year-old dude, he probably loves Andrew Tate right now. He's probably deep into crypto and Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson and all this stuff. He's probably wilding out. He can't wait to dunk on his one lesbian cousin at this year's Thanksgiving. Like it's, I mean, they don't allow gays in that family, but anyway, but you know what I mean. It's just wild to think about that level of indoctrination. So when you consider that, I think you can make the argument that it's a good thing to have families that are at least somewhat divided and take each other to task around the holidays. I know it's a painful experience when it happens, but when you consider the alternative, at least there's some level of pushback. You're providing some service. You know, I think it is at least healthier than not that, although, you know, what the hell even matters anymore. But I'm just, you know, I'm trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, doing the best I can here lately. I'm flailing over here, y'all, but I'm a big fat fuck, and so I like turkey and dressing and all that stuff, so I am looking forward to it. Hope you guys enjoy the holidays this year. Thanks for watching. I'll put these little things up here. It's my special, comedy special. Watch it if you ain't already. Also, subscribe to the channel. You can see all these videos and my podcast episodes and other things that I do. And the most important one to me, it's TreyCrowder.com. It's where my tour dates are. On my website, I'm a stand-up comedian. It's what I really do. So if I'm coming near you, and I'm coming a lot of places, come see me, do stand-up. If you like these, you'll like that. I'm confident. It's fun. It's a good time. But either way, if you keep watching these silly things, I'll keep making them. I love you like chicken. Happy holidays. Let's keep going. See you. Bye.